Hello, Nuke new video. Today we're going to take a look at the Master League Premier Cup here. Sadly, not a Master League Premier Classic, it is just Master League Premier Cup. We're going to have a team here with Metagross, the Snorlax as the Say-Swap, and we're also going to have the Garchomp in the back with two Nuke moves here as well, as we face off against a Conkeldurr. And currently I'm around like 2600 MMR or whatever, because I tanked during Go Battle Day because I was on vacation. Actually saw some mean comments below that as well, where I tank and whatever. Yeah, I just want to get Stardust. Honestly, I'm so poor for Stardust right now, which is also going to put me into a situation here right now where I'm not going to build any Pokemon for this week directly for this, unless they are new Pokemon that I really want to showcase. For example, the new incoming Rayquaza with its new cool charge move there that's going to be completely busted in the Open Master League. But right now, we're going to face off against a lot of people here that also don't have XL Pokemon, as you're going to see here. You see the CP of the opponent there, they're all level 40 Pokemon, while having my level 50 Pokemon, which can be unfair, but I actually had some gameplay as well where I lost against those teams. So if you're right now playing around and you are currently not having level 50 Pokemon, you're most likely not going to be able to hit Legend anyway this season, or like you're most likely not going to be able to reach the next rank. I would still recommend you to play. I would still recommend you to try and grind those Stardust, because currently you have triple Stardust for the win rewards, so like basically the main Stardust rewards for like the 5 wins that you can get there. So triple Stardust there can be very beneficial for you to build up some Stardust, of course, so I would recommend you to play this week, even if you might lose some elo, unless of course you're very close to like the next rank, to Legend rank, and you think that you might be able to hit it last week in maybe the Hoenn Cup, which most likely going to be a pretty balanced meta. I mean, if you think about it, you're going to have Altaria, which will beat Medicham, you have Medicham, which will beat Registeel, you have Registeel, which will beat the Altaria, so you have basically the 3 core there. We have Wishcast, which can like kind of beat some stuff there, so like next cup going to be interesting, the Hoenn Cup, but if you are currently in the elo range like let's say 2400 or something like this, a lot of people are also going to run level 40 Pokemon here, so you're not alone. I think getting this extra Stardust might help you for future seasons as well. Just like a general idea of mine at least. Like you can do of course whatever you want to do, but like I would even recommend you to play this week here, even if you have level 40 and you might lose more battles because of that. Just to build up Stardust, maybe have some Pokemon for the next time this cup comes around, because it will come around. There won't be any no XL cups around anymore, since like for the next season they're going to get rid of them. So you're going to have to level up some stuff anyway, and so it's definitely not a waste if you now try to get some Stardust and try to power them up slowly. If you have the XL candy, of course, and it doesn't matter anymore for you as well if you power up level 40 Pokemon a little bit above level 40. So like if you can only get your Pokemon to level 45 because you don't have more XL candy, that's still better than a level 40 Pokemon that you won't be able to use in any below level 40 meta anymore, because Niantic literally announced that there's not going to be any XL cups again. But yeah, this is just talking about the current situation that we have right now. We only have XL cups currently available, which I find horrible. Don't get me wrong, I don't like it. I am not a fan of it, but we have to go through that, and I think we have to start building Pokemon for that one as well, because you won't be able to avoid it. And I think especially Pokemon that are both good for Master League Premier Cup and the Open Master League, like Garchomp, like Snorlax, like the not really Gyarados. Gyarados is not really that good in the main Master League, but like the Excadrill is very good. Dragonite is very, very good. All of those Pokemon, something that you can try to start build already. Just power them up above level 40, even if you don't have enough XL can to put them directly to level 50 there. I think it's worth it for the future, because Master League is always a part for the Go Battle League, and building up the Pokemon there is very nice. Otherwise, let's talk about the gameplay. We're going to have here a very interesting moveset on the Metagross. We're going to have a Psychic here. Psychic is an interesting one, because usually you wouldn't really see Psychic on any Metagross. The thing is, why I use that here is because my team is very weak against Gyarados. If you have an XL Magnezone, I would recommend you an XL Magnezone in the lead instead. Because why? I faced, I think with this team, in every single match a Gyarados against me. I think there was not a single one where I didn't have a Gyarados against me with this team. I think I had like 1 or 2 like later on with a different team, which worked out pretty well as well, where I didn't face a Gyarados. But it's really risky to play a team like I do here where I don't have a Gyarados answer. Maybe I should have went for the Sand Tomb Dragon Tail version instead for the Garchomp in the back, which makes me better against the Gyarados. I think that might be a little bit better for you as well. But let me tell you, Gyarados is literally everywhere. It's a wild. Like, honestly, I didn't expect it to be that common, but this is by far the most common Pokemon. Like, 90% of what I faced so far had a Gyarados. Like, it was a wild. So, be prepared for that. Maybe power up a Magnezone right now, because I think this can give you some free low if you have like the Stardust and the resources, because Magnezone right now seems to be one of the best Pokemon that you can run. And here we see another opponent that has level 40 Pokemon, which is going to allow us to hopefully farm them all the way down here. And hopefully get to another charge move here as well to knock them out. Yeah, we see the Dragonite coming in, and we're going to see the Dragonite going out here as well again. Goodbye there, sir. Next opponent, we will see here a Dragonite in the lead. A very decent lead for us. Let's see if it's level 50. It's level 50 this time around. It's a level 50 Gyarados. Well, surprised that Gyarados coming in again. Gyarados is the most common Pokemon really here. Does make a lot of sense though. Like Gyarados, in general, Magikarp being part of a ton of events already. Then you're going to have the community day, which we had for Gyarados, which was like not too far away from it as well. We had this thing basically available since the beginning of the game, so a lot of people have normal candy for it, a lot of people have a hundo for it. You have also 10k charge move unlocked for the second charge move there, which makes a lot of sense as well. So like it does make sense that the Gyarados is the most common, but you have to be prepared. Psychic is a cool way for it for the Metagross, just attack move here. But I see also a lot of Swamperts around, which is going to be a little bit annoying for this team, as we're going to go for the bait here. We can still try to go for the Psychic here, trying to get them low. But this might be, sadly, not enough to put them into a range where I have a great time with my Garchomp here. If I had Dragon Tail, most likely a little bit of a better match up here. I'm going to let the move go through, as we're going to see the Dragonite coming in here. What I also had in few games at least was kind of laggy. Like there was one game at least where I was standing still with my Garchomp and I couldn't do anything anymore, and it said just reconnection. But here at least we're going to be able to still reach the move with our Garchomp. We'll be able to knock them out, but our Metagross has basically 0 energy. The opponent has 2 charge moves stored basically already. So the likelihood of us winning the game is basically 0, as it's going to knock us out here pretty easily. And we can go into the next game. Metagross against Florges. A very good lead. Is it a fully XL one? It is a fully XL one, as we're going to get greeted here by this Swampert. Swampert is way better than I thought it would be. It's a little bit tricky to play right now, of course, because you need some answer for the Gyarados. Gyarados is the hardest answer for Swampert as well, but you can see here, this thing chunks. Because it's Shadow, it's going to 2-shot me with Hydro Cannon. This is a huge problem. As we have only nukes here, we will be able to shoot up this next move. I should have went straight for my charge move, not gonna lie. But I have to try to get rid of this Swampert, and I hope that they just don't know how much charge moves I have like here, and they're actually going to no-shit this, which is amazing for me, because this will allow me to realign, and otherwise they would have still got damage on my Snorlax. They still would have been able to realign their Pokemon, and the Florges would be able to avoid at least my own Metagross there. Very good catch by the opponent here on their own Gyarados with the Earth Power there. Very smart catch there, as we can go ahead and go for one Body Slam against them though with our Snorlax here with the hat on. Very cool hat on there, of course. But we will be able to take this charge move from the opponent. Going to be a crunch. We will be able to go for one more charge move here as well. A Body Slam going to come through, and this Body Slam is going to get them low enough that I can farm them down now with my Metagross. Should be a pretty easy game to clean this one up here, as they're going to go into their Florges. I will be able to farm them all the way down. And this looks to be a very good game here, as we can see that they're going to go for Moonblast. Doesn't do damage. They don't have a charge move stored with their Gyarados there either. And of course another Gyarados was a surprise anyway. They're going to forfeit there. Next opponent, let's see what we're going to face here. We're going to face the Dragonite in the lead. Hopefully they don't have a Gyarados in the back. That would be amazing. Let's see. We will be able to go for one Meteor Mash here soon. They're going to go for a charge move first, which can be the superpower, and it will be the superpower, as we get greeted by a Swampert, which is not better, but we will be able to go for one Psychic, trying to get some damage on them, and we do get some damage, allowing us to go into our Snorlax now, and we can knock them out with one more Body Slam. Charge move comes through. It's going to be the Earthquake, as I will be able to overform a little bit. Going for my own charge move here, this will knock them out for sure, and I will be able to realign, but we have a shield disadvantage. Actually, not a Gyarados. Interesting. It's a Tyranitar in the back. Tyrantas in general also very interesting, as we can go ahead, go for one Body Slam bait, gonna get the shield. We see the opponent going back into their Dragonite there. I will be able to go into my Metagross as well, and I will be able to go for another charge move here. At this point of time, I don't really care too much what's going to happen now. I will be able to shield up the move which is coming in here as well, as I just try to get them lower, and they're gonna go for the superpower, which is amazing for me, allowing me to definitely realign, as they're gonna go ahead, go for the crunch here, knock me out. But of course, we have a pretty decent answer in the back with our Garchomp, allowing us to knock them out, as they're going to forfeit here anyway. Next opponent, let's see, we will see a Metagross in the lead. This looks to be a very decent lead, especially as the opponent is not best buddied. I was his best buddied, as you can see there. Opponent has a Hundo, I do have a Hundo as well. Sad thing is, I do not run Earthquake, so this is an awkward one. I will be able to go ahead and shield up the move from the opponent, going to be a Meteor Mesh as well. They're going to go for the bait. I was going for the bait, I can go for another charge move here. But so far, so okay at least, as I will be able to shield up the next charge move coming in against me. This has to be an Earthquake. I thought it's another Meteor Mesh. That's wild. I can go for another Meteor Mesh as well. And I think they need like one more to get to the Earthquake. Let's see if they want to go for it. I'm going to overfarm a little bit, and I'm going to swap perfectly here. And it's going to be the Earthquake. Hell yeah. That's going to do less damage than even a Meteor Mesh, as we see the Dragonite coming in from the opponent. Which is horrific for us, because we don't really have a good answer for that either, but we will be able to at least spam some Body Slams against them after they're gonna go here for another charge move here. We're going to get knocked out by this Dragon Claw. We try to get to the charge move here, this will not work out. They're going to be able to go for the superpower, and we're going to click the top left button there, going to get out of this matchup. Not the best one either here. Next opponent, we see another Metagross. This time around, I think they're best buddied, but also they're going to have not a level 51, they have a level 41. Again, you should definitely try to get your Pokemon up to level 50, or like at least close to it. Every power up definitely counts there, and you cannot, level 40 Pokemon are basically gone now. Like, there's no magical limit for level 40 other than you need XL candy for it afterwards. Yeah, there is literally nothing that helps you anymore with level 40 Pokemon. There won't be another level 40 meta, as far as Niantic at least communicated with us this season. We knock out the Metagross, we see the Dragonite coming in. This is a fully XL version now. We will be able to go for one charge move here. Body Slam is going to slam them down, as we are going to get farmed down, which is kind of awkward, as we can go for a charge move. I'm going to shield up the move, which is going to be most likely a superpower, and will be allowing us to go for our next charge move, hopefully knocking them out here, as we don't want to face it with our backline, and we're going to be able to knock them out. But sadly, we're going to face a Garchomp against us. I'm not going to reveal my own Pokemon in the back, I'm going to let them throw the charge move against me. Actually tried to catch here the move, but didn't work out sadly, and they're going to go ahead and knock me out. I thought at this point of time this game is over, because they can go for one Outrage. Turns out, our nice Garchomp will be able to survive that, and it can still retaliate with another Outrage themselves. So, goodbye their opponent, nice 1 HP and Dream win with our own Garchomp, allowing us to move on to the next game here. Going to be a Mamoswine in the lead, very good lead for us. We will see here the safe swap of the Dragonite. I'm going to stay in here for a little bit, I can go for one Meteor Mesh, they're going to go ahead and stay in here still. Going for that one allows me to get the shield from the opponent. I could swap out already, but I don't really want to. Should most likely no-shield this one, but I don't no-shield this, and it's going to be Dragon Claw. I will still survive one superpower, so it was not really a beneficial play by me. I'm going to go for 2 shields now, which is also not really a beneficial play by me. I will be able to overfarm though, which is cool. And I will be able to hopefully knock them out here, which works out pretty well, as we see the opponent coming in now into... What a surprise! A Gyarados! A Gyarados, I haven't seen that at all today. Sadly, my move timing was really off there. I thought I could see him P-tie. If I didn't do this, I would have reached another Meteor Mesh here as well, which would have been huge for this matchup. I have to go into my own, into my own Garchomp now. They're gonna go for the Outrage. Horrific for us. We see our opponent going for the Mamoswine swapped out at the same time as they swapped out as well. So we're equal energy. I will be able to take this high horsepower, which is a weird move to go for first. I will be able to go for the Body Slam now. And this Body Slam going to get the shield from the opponent. We can go for the superpower. This does not lock them out yet, but going to do a ton of damage here, putting them into range where I can farm them down with my own Garchomp, which will allow me now to farm down the Ice type, get the energy here as well, and try to reach the Outrage. Just barely 1 HP in a Dream. Going to win us the final game. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll leave a like if you did, and I hope I see you in the next video.